Ian Truran, the president of the Bermuda Equestrian Federation, here at Vesey Street. A really important season coming up for the BEF, both on the track and inside the ring. Show coming up in about 2 weeks' time. How are things shaping up for the organization and for the riders?
Well, first of all, Earl, thank you very much for the support that you give to us. You're always down here with us promoting our sport, and we appreciate it very, very much. One of the things that the board is actually focused on is the sustainability of the sport. We've got to increase our numbers, we've got to increase our competitors. So this summer, actually, at the very end of the school season, the development committee hosted actually 12 children from the government school system to come through, actually ride a horse, be at a stable, have stable management, as well as learn to drive a horse. And that was kind of a prelude to what we're trying to achieve, which is actually bring more children into the sport that otherwise may not have a chance to do so. The season's going to be an exciting one. We're starting with the back to school show. We have a chock-a-block season ahead of us between the driving, between what's going to happen here at Vesey Street, between dressage and jumping as well. And hopefully our competitors are as successful as they were last season. It was a really good season last year. We want to capitalize on that and keep on going.
Internationally, we've seen some of our youngsters go away and kind of steal the shows. Is that indicative of what we've been doing here to increase the amount of activity they're having, manage the ability for them to compete in different classes?
Absolutely. I think this year we had the most diverse group of children go abroad. We had children compete in dressage, and they did fantastically well. So we've got a new national coach who's been with us for a year. She's really helping develop the sport along with the Bermuda dressage group. We also had an individual go away and drive carriage driving, Kaiwan, and he did a fantastic job, learnt from a judge over there as well, and equally from a farrier. And then we also had children go away and compete in both hunter and jumper in North America and in Europe. And they were at the top of their game. They really, really did well.
So we'll look forward to the opening show, but I know you're excited to be down here at the track because we're going to talk to the president of the Harness Pony Racing in a second because they have some exciting things going on as well.
I have to commend these guys. They literally started before the summer with, as you can see behind us, helping clear the rock face a bit. We had some dangerous spots. And so they've done that, and that was all a prelude to actually the resurfacing of the track. The new committee led by Charles Whitehead as the president of the DHPC, and I had a few conversations about the track. The committee last season wrote to the BEF. They were concerned with regards to the health and safety of the animals, the welfare of the animals, and these guys have taken that charge and really run with it. They've spent pretty well the whole summer trying to get the facility ready for this season. It's going to be exciting. I'm sure the track times are going to be faster. Hopefully it brings more animals. Hopefully it brings safety, as well as hopefully it brings some excitement to the crowd as well.
Charles, different color look on the track right now and excitement because you could see it's about to be built up. The reason behind banking the track for your organization?
Right. For the last 30 years, we've been racing on a surface which has been relatively flat. There was very, very, very small banking in the turns that certainly helped, but because the times have increased, the quality of the racehorse has increased. Speed is a big thing now for us. I mean, we're going twice as fast as we did 25, 30 years ago. The facility needed to be upgraded to be able to sustain and support the type of racehorse that we're racing now. We've been fighting for the last 2 to 3 years with injuries and many things. Many issues have arisen as a result of the surface as it was. We've reached out to the membership. We've consulted with overseas organizations and people that actually build tracks for a living and come up with a master plan on how to upgrade the facility that we have despite the size and the challenges with the size that we have. And I think that what we have achieved so far is going to be far superior to any racing surface that's ever existed in Bermuda. I think we'll benefit from that tenfold, not only in the animal welfare, but also in the quality of racing, the times, the excitement for the crowd. Historically, the rail horse has always had a significant advantage over those on the outside of him, and I think with what we've done, we're going to reduce that by at least 75%. The banking, as you know, the further you go out, the higher you go. And as you come out of the turns, it is sort of a corkscrew effect. You come out of a turn and roll onto a straightaway. So there's almost a little bit of a downhill as you go, which is going to help accelerate those horses out of the turns that are on the outside, which should provide a lot closer and a lot more exciting races.
How high would you think, or would you say the embankment will be from where the surface used to be?
We have gone up approximately 18 inches higher on the outside of the track. So if you can imagine, that's up to the average person's knee, higher than what it used to be. Ideally, we'd like to have gone 3 feet, but unfortunately we don't have the width in the track which would allow us to be able to achieve that. It would have been too steep. A lot of people still use this facility on a daily basis to train animals, and if you can imagine, if you got a 36-inch banking over 30 feet, that's pretty hard to jog on. Ideally, it would only be used for racing on race days, but being in Bermuda, some of us, including myself, don't have a training facility in my backyard. So I have to jog here from my stables, and we had to find that fine balance where we achieved what we were hoping to achieve for racing purposes, but also sustained a comfortable jogging track so that we can continue to train on.
How have the members accepted what you guys are putting in place and get ready to start? Because you were due to start a week or two from now, but obviously you've got some other things going on. But how have the members responded to the fact that the track will be banked?
As president, it's been overwhelmingly exciting to see the feedback. They're in and out of here every day, every time. They can't drive past here without stopping and having a look. Most of them are involved in the entire project. I have to take this opportunity to thank Island Construction Services, though. I mean, this has been a dream for most of us for many, many, many years. And without them, it would never have been achievable. It would never have been achievable. That is a team of people that they're fully committed to the community, to the sport. I mean, they happen to be our neighbors for many, many years, and we've been able to call on them for so many years now, and they haven't ever hesitated to provide equipment if we need to change light bulbs, if we have a hurricane go through, if we need a machine to push up trees or whatever. Island Construction. And when we reached out to them and said, listen, this is what we're trying to achieve, ideally we would like this, but we'd be happy if we could do that, whatever. Never hesitated once. Well, what would be ideal for you guys? Well, this would be the ideal situation. We're on board. And I tell you, it hits me right in the heart to know that we have that type of support from a big company like that. They're very busy. They had America's Cup all summer. They had, they still made themselves available, and they're still here today helping us to make our dream come true.
When do you anticipate the season getting underway? Because I know there will be a lot of people interested in seeing probably 3 or 4 horses on a bank coming into the first turn.
Yeah. Originally, we were hoping to get started sort of the second weekend of September, but for obvious reasons, we had a few setbacks with equipment issues down at the quarry. That has now been rectified, or certainly getting close to being rectified. So we're hoping to have the clay subsurface done, I would say, by the end of next weekend. Then we are going to lay the actual racing surfaces, which is the grey concrete sand that comes from East End asphalt. We're going to lay that. So the following week we'll do a play day, just so that the drivers and ponies can come down and get used to the new surface and turns and stuff. So I would think the first weekend, towards the first weekend of October, is more of a realistic start date. And that's certainly what we're going to be pushing for, provided we don't have any issues in between.
All right. Well, we look forward to that first race. It's going to be a Friday evening, or Sunday. Saturday. Oh, okay. Well, I look forward to that first Saturday evening.
We intend on making that a big night. We want to do a ribbon cutting ceremony down here. We want to make it a very big thing. We want to make a statement. We want to encourage every single person that in Bermuda to come down and have a look. Just come down and have a look at what we've done. See a part of your history, a part of our heritage. Horse racing has been at Shelley Bay and around for many years, and we're going to do our very best to make this the beginning of a very, very big thing here in Bermuda.